Hi stamping friends, I'm Karina with karinascreation.com, and today I want to share with you this fun fancy fold card. I don't know exactly what it's called, but look at how it opens. You peel it open, and wow, isn't that fun? So it says, "You're such an amazing father." So I use 2 stamp sets. I use the Amazing Family stamp set for the greeting, and I stamped "You're such an amazing father" in early espresso ink on the center square, and I actually embossed it with clear embossing powder. Did you know that you could emboss with our brand new ink pads? It's pretty fun. And then the second stamp set I used is called Dapper Dad. So I used the bow tie in this image, and again on this card it was stamped with Sahara sand ink, embossed with clear embossing powder, and then I colored the center of the tie with a blender pen and some early espresso ink. But anyway, to make this card there is a number of dimensions, which I will put on my blog, but basically the back square that you need is 4 inches by 4 inches. This bow tie piece of Whisper white paper is 1.5 inches by 2 3/4. The designer paper in behind it is 1 3/4 by 3 inches, and the early espresso cardstock is 2 inches by 3 1/4 inches, and then the white piece for the center square is actually 3.5 by 3.5 inches. Now the most important part of this card is the designer series paper. So I have an Island Indigo piece for you, and it is 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches. And what you need to do is score it. So I'm using my Simply Scored tool, and I have the marker set at 3 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to score it this way, turn the paper 1/4 of a turn, and then score it a second time. So basically I'm just scoring it in half both ways. And then I'm going to grab my diagonal score plate, place it into my Simply Scored tool, and put my paper back in, and all I'm going to do is start at the corner and score right down the middle. So now I've actually folded the paper in half, created the score line. And then my very last score is I go at the same marker that I had before, only I'm going diagonal this time, and it is 3 3/4 of an inch. And that's basically it for my card, but watch how it folds. So I will move my Simply Scored tool, and I'm just going to, I'll set that aside, I'm just going to make sure that all my score lines worked well. I could use a bone folder, but I don't have one handy, so I find my thumb works really good. And it's really important that we create a mountain fold with the line that goes diagonally. And then what happens, see how it's starting to fold? So again, the diagonal score line that we made, it gets folded into a mountain, and then it comes up like this, and then here's the second diagonal score that we made, and that's basically the basis of the card. So that's the fancy fold card. I'm not going to stamp everything for you, but here it is, the finished version again. And so again, it's you're such an amazing father, and early espresso ink, clear embossing powder, and this was Sahara sand ink with clear embossing powder. So that's it. You can do a lot of fun things with this card, and I hope you try this technique. Thanks a lot for watching, and happy stamping.